number 5, Captain Mikey Lopez. In the midfield, number 16, Daigo Kobayashi. In the midfield, number 14, Daniel Junfa. In the midfield, number 21, Zach Bravo. In the midfield, number 10, Prosper Cassine. And at forward, number 9, Chandler Hoffman. Legion FC head coach is Tommy Stone.
Well, it was Easter eggs before we got going, but soccer will take its place on the pitch down below. Birmingham Legion back here at home against Swope Park Rangers. A beautiful look at downtown Birmingham, Alabama. The sunshine is out, the clouds are in the sky, and we are just about ready for USL Championship Soccer from BBVA Compass Field here in Birmingham, Alabama. Good afternoon, everybody. Blake Gardner joined on my left by former UAB head coach Mike Getman. And Mike, this should be a fun one. Birmingham Legion back here at home off of 2 consecutive road wins. They're trying to keep that momentum rolling this afternoon.
Yeah, they're looking to get that 3rd win in a row, first at home, score their first home goal. Should be an exciting match.
Swope Park Rangers, meanwhile, have come in scuffling here early in 2019. Just been a lot of young mistakes so far, Mike, that have really hurt this team in the early going.
They're a very talented team, but extremely young. This group has a lot of teenagers on the field. That can be a positive, but it can cost you at times as well.
Certainly more youth will take the field for Swope Park this afternoon as we get a look at our impact players for this afternoon. First for the visitors, SPR. And Mike, it's all about Jerome Ngam-Mbakele. If he can get going early, this Swope Park offense is going to get a huge spark.
Yeah, he's a really exciting player, great talent, loves to take people on 1v1. He's the danger man for sure.
2 goals against Bethlehem Steel. You see one of them there in that 3-2 loss at Children's Mercy Park back in Kansas City. Certainly a fearsome left foot at the top of this Swope Park formation. On the other side, it's all about the man that's going to try to stop some of those shots. Matt Van Oekel came up big multiple times in Birmingham Legion's win last week against St. Louis.
He's been big in every game he's played so far. Makes some great saves, game-winning saves, but he's also the leader on the field, especially in the back. Does a great job in every aspect of the game.
Van Oekel, basically man of the match against St. Louis. You saw 2 of those saves right there on your screen. He came up huge, especially late in that contest. A 3-2 win for Birmingham Legion. Today, the Legion try to make it 3 wins in a row, and they're looking for their first win here at home at BBVA Compass Field against these Swope Park Rangers. We're just about ready for soccer. Starting lineups and kickoff come your way next.
Imagine the opportunity to make opening an account faster with a selfie. It's possible with the BBVA Compass mobile banking app. When needed, you can verify your ID with just a photo. Snap, upload, apply. It's quick, it's easy, and it's all on America's award-winning mobile banking app. So what are you waiting for? You can become a BBVA Compass client in a snap. BBVA Compass, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Welcome back to downtown Birmingham, Alabama, inching closer and closer to kickoff between Birmingham Legion FC and the visiting Swope Park Rangers. Time to look at each side's starting 11, and we will begin with the visitors, Mike, under Coach Paulo Nagamura. This is the lineup Swope Park rolls out against Legion, and there's still not much experience in the Swope Park club, but this is about as experienced as it can look.
They've taken 5 teenagers off the field and put on the oldest team they possibly can. They've played well in the past matches, but clearly they're trying to become a little older, a little more experienced.
3 changes for Monday's 11 against Indy 11, and good news for Swope Park. Ethan Vanacore-Decker is healthy and will get the start. Up top of the formation, Incom Mbakele, who we mentioned in the open. We expect to see him at some point, but he is not in the starting 11 for Swope Park this afternoon. Transitioning to look on the other side, the home side, Birmingham Legion FC. It's a 4-2-3-1, Mike, as we get a look at it here. Part of that is because some of the attacking depth they lost during the week.
Yeah, no Brian Wright, no J.J. Williams. We've still got Chandler Hoffman up top, so I'm sure it'll still be a dangerous attack. And I think one of the big question marks coming into the game, Matthew Laurent will start at center back after coming out of the St. Louis match with an injury.
Absolutely. Big-time news for Legion, as Laurent once again will form the center back pairing with Kyle Fisher. Chandler Hoffman up top, and then Lopez and Kobayashi will roam the center of the park for Legion. That's the starting lineup for the home side under Coach Tom Sohn, as we are just about ready for kickoff. There's the field here at BBVA Compass on the south side of downtown Birmingham. Coach Paulo Nagamura, the 36-year-old, in his second season at the helm of the Swope Park Rangers club. He took SPR to the USL Western semifinals last year after 95 appearances as a player for Swope Park's parent club, Sporting Kansas City, including an MLS Cup win in 2013. Speaking of winning MLS Cup, Tom Sohn, the 52-year-old, of course, in his first season at the helm of this Birmingham Legion club, has won a U.S. Open Cup and a couple of Supporters Shields as an assistant and a head coach as well. Our referee this afternoon, Elvis Osmanovic, his 25th time in the center of the park, his 3rd refereeing assignment in the championship this year. And he gives us the signal. We are underway from Birmingham, Alabama, Swope Park Rangers and Birmingham Legion. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. Glad to have you with us once again for action in the USL Championship. Birmingham Legion and all black head to toe. Swope Park Rangers in their change kits, all white head to toe. Matt Van Oekel to organize things defensively for Birmingham Legion. He was the highlighted player in our open, of course, Mike, and he's been a big-time presence at the back. He missed the first week, but since then, it's been a noticeable difference with him back in between the posts.
He missed the first game of the season with an injury, but since then, he's been outstanding in every match. As soon as he stepped back on the field, you could tell he was one of the leaders of this team. He's done a great job, and he's done what you want goalkeepers to do, which is make that one big save every game.
He needs a big save here. Vanacore-Decker with an early challenge, but Van Oekel up to the task. Almost a dangerous giveaway that would have given Swope an early lead.
Legion FC have had trouble at home giving away early goals. Almost got caught right there.
Avila to his feet. Hoffman, nice flick on for Arivo. First touch for him this afternoon. There's Daigo Kobayashi. He and Mikey Lopez are the midfield pairing for Legion this afternoon. Arivo in that more traditional number 10 role, slotted in behind Chandler Hoffman. As now Legion look to switch the play with Kyle Fisher. Avila looking for options, and he'll win his side a throw. Kasim with a quick restart. And now the first touch for Eric Dick, the keeper for Swope Park for the 2nd consecutive match. Good track back by Hoffman, but he is called for the foul. Lopez doesn't agree.
Even though that foul got called, I don't think Legion mind getting a little physical early. Swope is still a pretty young team, not a very big physical team. Letting them know who's going to be challenging everything, I think, is part of the game plan today.
So it'll be a free kick for Swope Park with Camden Riley, who sends it deep. Kyle Fisher wins the duel and wins the free kick as well, as Killian Columbia was up for the challenge. The Frenchman and 23-year-old who spent his college time at Iona. Once again in the starting 11 for Swope Park. First touch for Daniel Johnson. Ervo with time and space, looking to pick out a run from Hoffman. Hoffman through along with Kasim. It's going to be up to Eric Dick to come and collect.
Swope likes to keep possession. They try to work it around. I think that's going to leave a few opportunities for counterattacks like we saw there. Quick early balls over the top could be danger.
Another long ball lofted towards Will Little, who runs it down in front of Kyle Culbertson. Now back to Mark Segbers. Segbers, Camden Riley. Now all the way across. Felipe Hernandez. Fisher does well to tackle him off the ball. Lopez cleans it up and now tries to start action the other way towards Johnson. Johnson with a lovely turn, and now he's got some space and finds Eric Avila. Mike, last week against St. Louis, Birmingham Legion didn't play with much of the ball, much like their win against Louisville City. How much do you think they expect to have it this afternoon against the younger Swope Park side, as Hoffman's run is just a bit too little for that ball lofted over the top from Culbertson?
I think possession is going to be an interesting part of this game. Swope Park has dominated possession in every game they've played, and yet they haven't been able to win yet. Birmingham Legion have had a lot of possession in many of their games, although last week was not one of them. They definitely lost the possession battle to St. Louis and yet still scored 3 goals. I think Legion will want to have the ball more, and certainly with 5 midfielders, that's something they'll look to do.
Avila whistled for the foul, and it'll be another free kick for Swope Park. Swope had over 58% of possession last week in their 3-1 defeat at home against Indy 11. Free kick poorly taken right to the feet of Daniel Johnson. Johnson cutting inside, looking for options, and gives it away, and now is going to be whistled for the foul as he took down Hernandez.
Yeah, he thought he was obstructed on that play, but certainly he grabbed the shoulder and pulled back afterwards, so call went against him.
Touch a bit too heavy as Camden Riley will get us restarted. The native of Dallas, Texas. The 22-year-old was sporting Kansas City's 2nd round pick in the latest MLS Super Draft. This is Ethan Vanacore Decker. Swope Park happy to have him in the starting 11. He was questionable coming into the week with a knee injury. As we'll roll through our injury report presented to you by Viva Health. Once again, Birmingham Legion without the services of Marcel Appia, who once again will miss due to a lingering calf injury. On the other side for Swope Park, it is a laundry list of injuries they have dealt with through the early part of 2019. Justin Bilyeu, Camilo Benitez, Brooks Thompson, all unavailable for selection once again. Wilson Harris was questionable as well, but he did indeed make the trip, although he does not start, as a corner is won, the first of the afternoon for Swope Park.
Swope Park has not been a very dangerous team on set pieces. They're not a very big team, so I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to play short and then have some trickeration from there. But it is the first corner of the game. You never know what a team might have been practicing this week.
It'll be Felipe Hernandez to take it. The Colombian who calls Nashville, Tennessee home, not too far from Central Alabama. Van Oekel being crowded right on top of his goal line. Hernandez swings it in towards the back post. Laurent got ahead to it, and Hoffman clears it away. And now a flick on for Prosper Kasim, and this could start the break. Kasim against pressure, and a good job to hustle back and make the stop by Alexander.
Kasim just couldn't quite get that under control. He's trying to run at full speed. Ball's bouncing, had to head it first. Dangerous opportunity, but just couldn't quite corral it.
It was Ron who won it first, and then Hoffman tried to set Kasim free. Hoffman again battling. Nice turn against Riley. Hoffman to Ervo. Ervo turns, looking for options. Taken down. Referee not buying it. Clean tackle, according to him, by Alexander. Laurent with a back pass, and it's a bit weak. Van Oekel has to come out and send it away. As we get a look at the tackle by Alexander on Aravo.
Not sure if he got any of that ball or not, but there were 3 Swope Park Rangers around him. Tough time to dribble.
Be a throw in for Swope Park right in front of us. Avila, good footwork to keep it away. And now a touch for Mathieu Laurent. Laurent was the goal scorer last week. Got Birmingham Legion on the board first against St. Louis, I should say.
I would expect his size and power in the air is something that we'll see on set pieces again this week.
Kassim picks up his head, looking for the run of Culbertson. Culbertson not quite going to run that down.
Nice idea, just didn't quite have the angle on that pass. There was some space out there for Culbertson to run into, just not the perfect ball.
A little over 8.5 minutes gone. Back and forth between Birmingham Legion and Swope Park. Coach, we talk a lot about the keys to the match for both sides. Let's start with the visitors, Swope Park. What do you see in their mind they have to do to come away with 3 points this afternoon?
They're not a very big team, and so I think set-piece defending is going to play a big role in this game for them. They've given up a lot of set pieces. They need to be good in that area, and then they need to turn their possession into goals. They've had the dominant impact on possession throughout every game this year, but they haven't scored a lot of goals.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Birmingham Legion.
Well, we know that Swope Park likes to attack you 1v1 from wide position, so 1v1 defending, especially out wide, is going to be key, and then finishing the chances that they create. Most teams have had a lot of opportunities to score against Swope Park. They're giving up nearly 3 goals a game, so finishing those chances when they come is going to be a real key to this match.
Kyle Fisher wins Birmingham Legion another free kick as Vanacore Decker undercut him there. Right on the edge of your screen. Matt Van Oekel resets everybody. Officially a 4-1-4-1 for Swope Park this afternoon, like pretty similar to what they've rolled out most of 2019.
They've changed a lot of the players from their last couple of games, but I don't think they're going to change their style and what they're really looking to do. This team has been built to keep possession, to dominate possession of the ball, and they've got 5 players in midfield that allow them to do that, and so I don't expect a big change in what Swope Park tries to do today.
Lopez turns inside for Kobayashi, who plays it back towards Laurent. Swope Park, of course, with their connection to the Sporting Kansas City first team and the SKC Academy, have plenty of options typically. One of the deepest rosters in the USL Championship and the second youngest roster in the Eastern Conference. Only Bethlehem Steel is younger in terms of minutes played by some of their teenagers. Swope Park certainly has some youth, but no teenagers in the starting 11 this afternoon.
They've clearly gone with an older lineup today. Last week they had a lot of really young players. They've played some guys at 15, 16, 17 years old. The youngest player on the Birmingham Legion team is 22, and so there's definitely an experience gap between these two teams, although today Swope Park has tried to narrow that gap as much as they can.
You said the youngest player for Legion is 22. The average age of the starting 11 for Swope Park is 22 this afternoon. Plenty of Sporting Kansas City loanees in the lineup for Swope Park, including Juan Kuzain, who patrols the center of midfield, along with Eric Dick, who is in goal as well. Culbertson caught in possession, turns it over. Now a chance for Swope Park to counter. Legion's midfield does well to supply pressure and prevent a turn. A lovely bit of skill there to beat Johnson. Pass a bit too far for Vanacore Decker. And Van Oekel will send it away. Both sides looking for a bit of a foothold early. Here's Felipe Hernandez. Good look inside, Alexander. Across the field for Will Little. Little one-on-one against Culbertson. Gets to the byline. Can he get his cross away? He does. Laurent is there to send it into touch.
That's a perfect example right there of what Swope Park Rangers are looking to do. It's a nice pass out wide. He's 1v1 with the outside defender. Takes him on, trying to create a dangerous scoring chance. Good covering from the center backs for Birmingham Legion.
And Mike, an important quarter hour to half hour for both these defenses, both of whom at times early in 2019 have been susceptible to giving up some early chances and early goals.
Certainly last week, Swope Park gave up 2 very early goals, and Birmingham Legion has had a little bit of trouble with that as well, as you mentioned, and so I would bet that that's one of the things both coaches talked about in the locker room. So let's be solid, let's be safe, no big mistakes early, let's get settled into the game, and then we can start to take a few more chances.
Throw quickly taken to Juan Cousin. And now it's Legion who win their own throw with Kyle Culbertson. Swope Park come into this match 0-3-1, a goal differential of -5. Birmingham Legion, meanwhile, 2-2. Their 2 wins have come in back-to-back weeks on the road at Louisville City and at St. Louis FC. Their 2 losses were in the first 2 weeks of the year at home against Bethlehem Steel and against Ottawa Fury. Here's Graham Smith, the captain today for Swope Park once again. Takes out Johnson, but wins the ball cleanly. Cousin all the way back to Smith. And now Legion trying to regain their shape and a bit of pressure as well. Hernandez on the turn against Lopez. Lopez does well to dispossess. Here comes Kasim. Kasim tucking inside for Erivo. Kobayashi is there. The oldest man on the pitch for either side. Kobayashi, the native of Japan, 36 years old. The oldest man on this Legion roster. Back in the starting 11 today.
He may be 36, but he covers a lot of ground. He's got great technique, and he's certainly one of the smartest players on the field. And so even though he's a little bit older than some of the teenagers we may see from Swope Park, it's his experience and his touch that I think will make a difference in the match today.
Kasim did well to keep his run on side, but his left-footed curling shot was well wide of the target. No challenge for Eric Dick. Hey fans, you can find all the Legion FC information in one place. Just download the Legion FC app today. Available on both iOS and Android platforms. That's the Birmingham Legion FC app. Don't forget to hammer down. Quarter of an hour gone, scoreless between Swope Park Rangers and Birmingham Legion. Erivo tried to turn. Kasim picks it up. Johnson now. Going back inside. Still with it at his feet. Tried to get Avila. Passed with a bit too much pace.
It's really crowded in the center of that midfield. It's a tough place to dribble and take touches. There's room out wide, but Swope Park Rangers are really crowding the center of the park, bringing what you would think are their wingers way inside when they defend, crowding that center area with at least 5 players.
Erivo commits the foul. Alexander is down and holding what appears to be his right ankle. It was almost right in front of us. Erivo got plenty of men and none of the ball.
Definitely a foul. Hard to argue that one.
Riley tries to play it over the top. No runners home as Van Okel is out to collect. Our referee today, Elvis Osmanovich, has given out 4 yellow cards in 2 matches as a head referee so far in this 2019 season. All 4 came in the last match he refereed against North Carolina FC and Charlotte Independence.
Those local rivalry matches tend to get pretty physical. He's a referee who likes to let the play go. He doesn't make a lot of calls and certainly doesn't give a lot of cards, but he's also proven that he'll give them when it's required.
There's Eric Avila. Second round super draft pick by FC Dallas back in 2008. And that's going to go against Vanacore Decker. That's not the first time he and Kyle Fisher have locked up already. And Vanacore Decker is going to get a talking to from our head referee, Mr. Osmanovich.
He's been trying to throw his body around. There's no question that's a foul, and he had one earlier that he got away with. I think that they're trying to see if they can be more physical than they've been in their last few matches. You can almost see the coach's words coming out on the field today.
Vanacore Decker was unavailable last week due to injury. but is back in the starting 11 for Swope Park today, of course. Avila, lovely flick towards Kasim. Kasim holding against pressure from Riley. Lovely turn.
Great little move there.
Ervo plays out wide. Kyle Culbertson's got time and space. Can he pick out a man? Riley is there to clear.
Lots of space on both wings. Swope Park Rangers really crowding that center.
Culbertson's pass to Lopez, not there, and Lopez was forced to play it into touch. Fan Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Hernandez towards the right wing. Kyle Culbertson intercepts. And Segbears will play it back. Good flick on, and perhaps Birmingham Legion opened up here. Columbia against Van Oekel. Van Oekel is out to collect a heavy touch from Columbia, or else he had a golden chance to score the opening goal.
Really sharp play here from Matt Van Oekel. They were in. He saw that heavy touch, and he got there quickly, not even giving them the chance to have a shot on goal.
Swope Park have pressed Birmingham Legion into a few early miscues in their own half. And won a couple of second balls on some long passes up the pitch. So far haven't been able to take advantage of a couple of big chances. Here's Kobayashi. Lopez turns back to his own half.
I think the Legion FC have seen those big spaces on the wings. They're pushing their outside defenders into those spaces. But that leaves you open to the counter, and there's some space against you on the wing if you give it away in midfield.
Segber's against Culberson. Now it'll be Graham Smith to clear it away. Still work to do. Here's Kobayashi. Right at Eric Dick. Lovely half volley there from Kobayashi.
Some great skill to get there. Nice volley out of the air. Unfortunately, straight at the goalkeeper.
Eric Dick called upon. One of the first few times we've said his name, the Butler University product, the 13th overall pick in the latest MLS Super Draft. Kansas native. 2017 Big East Goalkeeper of the Year. Another takeaway, this is Daniel Johnson. Johnson finds Hoffman. Hoffman to Lopez. And Lopez dispossessed. Nicely done by Felipe Hernandez. He had a ways to run to track back.
Some good recovery work from the Rangers there.
There's Laurent. Second ball once again won by Swope Park. Hernandez, lovely touch to get around Laurent, and a second to beat Erivo. He's out wide to Will Little. Little, the native of Johnson City, Tennessee, providing the width. Now plays it back to Segbers.
Good patience there from Culbertson. He was 1v1 for just a moment, but he didn't bite, just delayed, got help, forced the Rangers to go all the way back to their own goalkeeper eventually.
Both teams have kept shape for the most part. Both sides still looking for that opening goal. Another long ball played by Camden Riley. Eric Avila runs it down. Lopez cleans it up. Culbertson against Little. Little wins it to Felipe Hernandez. Hernandez through towards Van Decker, and Van Oekel is there.
Swope Park is playing a little more direct than they have in their past few games. Receiving the ball in midfield and then playing some early balls over the top. That last one didn't quite connect, but you can see that they've made a decision to do things a little differently. Try to catch some early balls over the top, maybe catch Legion before they get everybody back.
Kobayashi and Lopez against pressure once again. Legion forced to play backwards. Good service from Van Oekel to find Kyle Culbertson. Culbertson hits the deck and a foul is given. Free kick coming for Legion.
Fouls are piling up here for Swope Park Rangers. They've clearly talked about being more physical, not letting teams dominate the physical part, but they're giving away a lot of set pieces right now. None of them too close to goal yet, but referees start to take notice. 3, 4, 5 in just a couple minutes time.
Foul conceded by Segbers, who has started every game but one for Swope Park, the opener against New York Red Bulls 2, the only one he did not feature in the starting 11. Lopez swings it back to Zach Arivo. Arivo, the loanee from New England Revolution, who's still with Legion. The other, Brian Wright, was recalled middle of the week. Lopez. Kasim. And Avila, those three trying to create something on this near side. Quickly throw, and now Kasim. Avila, a right-footed ball towards Kobayashi, who is taken down. Referee not having it. Plenty of physical play there right at the top of the 6-yard box. And Kobayashi was wrapped up a little bit by Little, but not enough contact to warrant a penalty.
There was a small pull there, but I don't think you're going to get that call very often at this level.
Legion continue to try to push forward. Avila keeps it against pressure. And now picks his head up. Lovely pass to Daniel Johnson. Time and space for Johnson. Johnson, his shot right at Eric Dick.
One of the ways you can break down a packed-in defense is you take some shots from distance. Daniel Johnson sees the opening, hits it pretty cleanly, again straight at the goalkeeper. But defenses start to panic a little bit when they see that coming, and it'll stretch them out a little bit.
Bit more of the ball for Birmingham Legion over the last 5-7 minutes as they continue to push forward. Fisher looking for a runner, finds one in Avila after a deflection. Kasim opens up. Good ball into Hoffman, just a bit too far, but the touch means Legion should have a corner. It is a corner. First corner of the match for the home side.
Some really nice soccer. Great run from Chandler Hoffman, and a really critical touch by the center back there. If he doesn't touch that ball, I think Chandler's in on goal.
That was Campton Riley, who got just a stud to it, if anything. Third consecutive start for Riley, the 22-year-old from Dallas, Texas. It'll be Kyle Culbertson to swing it in for Legion. Daniel Johnson there close in case Legion want to play it short. First corner for the home side comes in the 26th. They do play it short. Johnson lays it off for Avila. Avila's left-footed ball towards the back post, a bit too far for Kyle Fisher.
I'm a little surprised they played that one short. Swope Park Rangers have had difficulty in the air throughout the first 4 matches, especially on set pieces. I would have expected Legion to try and test them in the air early.
Fans follow Birmingham Legion or Swope Park Rangers in the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every single week. Sign up today at espnplus.com. A little less than 20 minutes left in our opening 45. Scoreless between Swope Park Rangers and Birmingham Legion.
Great defending from Matthew Laurent. Followed his man into midfield, stayed tight, waited for that little opportunity to poke it away, and it's created a good counterattack.
Kasim's cross was blocked by Segbers, but it's the second corner for Birmingham Legion.
Good defending right there, 1v1. Stayed with him step for step.
Looks like it'll be Daniel Johnson to take this corner. No option to take it short this time. Legion send numbers forward. Hoffman inside the 6-yard box. Johnson in swinger, cleared away. Will Little was there.
Great first touch right there. Mikey Lopez doing a nice job of keeping that ball under control and in his possession.
Hoffman tried to fight away the defender. Instead, he's going to be the one whistled for the foul. Good job by Segbers to get his body in front.
That's the second foul already on Chandler Hoffman. You don't see that all the time. He's clearly making an effort to work harder. He's the lone forward in this match as opposed to being partnered with Brian Wright in the earlier games. So he's trying to do double the work and double the defending.
Hoffman started every game so far this year for Legion. The hometown man, of course, from right here in Birmingham, Alabama. The first native of Alabama drafted in the MLS Super Draft, as the foul is called against Alexander for a high boot. Referee will push the free kick back just a little bit.
He's made him move it a full yard and a half there, I'm sure.
That yard and a half makes all the difference. Looks like Legion have swapped their wingers as Kasim is now occupying the left, Johnson on the right side of the park. Now in the middle.
They started the match with a right-footed player on the left and a left-footed player on the right. Typically, you're doing that when you want those guys to receive the ball and then come inside and look for shots. But Swope Park has so many players packed in the middle. I think they've made the switch so that players can use their natural foot to get around the outside and serve crosses.
Fisher to Kobayashi. Johnson and Avila now on the right side. Johnson trying to thread it through to Lopez. Unsuccessfully, it was cut out. Alexander plays it towards the run of Vanacore Decker. Fisher there to clear it away.
There's nice pressure from Legion FC all over the place, but great composure and nice touch to play through that pressure by Swope Park Rangers.
Fans, don't forget Legion FC is back in action on Saturday, April 27th, when the club hosts Loudoun United FC, who picked up a big win earlier this afternoon. Come early, enjoy festivities in the pregame plaza, and cheer on Legion FC. Get your tickets at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. Another giveaway inside their own half. A chance for Swope. Van Oekel is called to the near post.
Great strike. Looked like it was heading just inside the post. Good first touch to put it on his left, and then he got all of that one. Van Oekel with a great diving save.
First time we've really heard from Ayu Alak, the Belgian 21-year-old, who spent the last 5 seasons in the Belgian second division before making the move to Kansas. Good strike there. Van Oekel needed every bit of his big frame before the corner can be taken. Osmanovic wants a word with the crowded 6-yard box there.
Rangers are putting 2 players on top of Van Oekel, trying to delay his ability to come out and claim balls in the air.
Hernandez plays it short. Alexander swings it in. Van Oekel out to collect. Van Oekel had 4 saves last week against St. Louis, including one late in the game that was nominated for Save of the Week, and I believe came in second officially. Here's a lock once again, out wide. Columbi swings in a left-footed ball towards the back post. Culbertson and Little with a nice first touch off the half volley.
Tough ball for Culbertson. He had to decide, do I come and claim this ball and win it in the air? He didn't quite get there, and all of a sudden he's out of position, giving the Rangers a pretty good shot at goal right there.
Lovely chance for Will Little, well taken, just a bit too high. Swope Park looking for their first win in 2019 this afternoon in Birmingham. Legion looking for their first win at home, and that's their 3rd try. Be a throw in for Legion near side. And based on what we heard from Coach Nagamura when we talked to him in the midweek, Mike, got to think he's got to be happy with the way his side has performed through the first half hour or so.
He talked about how his young team has had a lot of possession, how they've played the way they wanted to play. They just needed to create a few more chances to score goals, and they needed to not give away early goals. Well, certainly no early goals in this match for either team, so they got that part accomplished. And they've had 2 or 3 nice chances so far, and so I think he's got to be pretty happy with his side.
Lopez tried to take the free kick quickly. Will be brought back by Elvis Osmanovic. And now Legion will get a set-piece look in. Legion scored twice last week on set pieces against St. Louis. Johnson, good ball, just missed Laurent. Hoffman trying to run it down in front of the flag. Does so, but well done by Will Little to win his side the throw.
Legion FC tried to play that set piece quickly and get it in play. The referee made him bring it back. So then they pushed the 2 big center backs up and tried to create something on the driven ball in the air.
Kobayashi to Hoffman. Hoffman inside to Johnson. Johnson maybe chance to squeeze up a shot here, just wide.
Daniel Johnson did really well right there. Received the ball with a great first touch. Looked up to see where the keeper was, beat his man 1v1, just pushed it past the post.
Good look for Daniel Johnson, a man who spent 4 years at West Ham United's academy as a youngster in East London. Originally from the state of Georgia. Had a nice feature piece locally this past week on AL.com. Avila against Vanacore Decker. Vanacore Decker wins the foul. Tell you what, the Swope Park forward has been locked into some battles with some of these Legion defenders, Avila and Fisher, most frequently.
He's a physically strong player, uses his size well. He's not overly tall, but he's a thick body, and he's shown so far he's not afraid to throw it around.
Graham Smith once again wearing the captain's armband this afternoon for Swope Park. 23-year-old from Oregon State University and the University of Denver. Alexander cuts inside, now switches the play nicely. Plenty of time for Will Little. Columbi, lovely flick towards Little. Little still running, and Culbertson clears it away. Only as far as Alexander, though. Alexander inside to Hernandez. Juan Cusain. Lovely run of play here from Swope Park. Can they turn it into a chance? Vanacore Decker's run cut off by Fisher.
Great defending by Fisher. He saw where the space was, knew where the man was going to run, and just simply beat him to it, eliminating all the danger from that play.
Fans Birmingham Legion FC entrust the care of its athletes to UAB Sports Medicine, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for patients of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a competitive athlete, come see UAB Sports Medicine so we can help you get back to your active lifestyle. That's UAB Sports Medicine. Kasim turns and has space. Out to Culbertson. Now a chance for Zach Arivo to create. Tried to thread it through to Daniel Johnson. Instead, it was cut out.
Swope Park Rangers had 10 players back defending. Really packed in team. Very difficult to break down when there's that many players in such a small space.
Arivo functionally started as the number 10 midfielder for Birmingham Legion, or so we thought this afternoon. Just haven't heard much from the New England Revolution loanee to this point. It's been a crowded middle of the park for both sides. Riley tries to play diagonally. Segbers keeps it in play, as does Cusain nicely. Here's Segbers. to Vanacore-Decker. Vanacore-Decker goes down, and a free kick is given. Kyle Fisher is called for the foul right on the edge of the area, and a yellow card is coming out of the pocket of Elvis Osmanovic.
I don't know if he got taken down there or not. Maybe a little clip of the heels. He certainly knew that he had a bad first touch, and so he wanted to go down and draw the foul. Fisher was certainly trying not to touch him, but maybe just a hair. Hard to tell even in slow motion. It was not a big foul if it was one, but this is a dangerous opportunity for Swope Park Rangers right on the edge of the 18.
Certainly the most dangerous set-piece opportunity either side has had to this point. Right on the right edge of the 18-yard box.
It's a wide angle, but it's still close enough in to either shoot this ball or serve it to the back post.
3 men stand over it as Swope send 5 more bodies into the area. Will it be direct, or will it be towards the back post? It'll be taken directly and skied by Juan Kuzain.
Not the best set piece we've seen so far this season. Got a little bit under it, a little bit to the side of it, and really just floated it completely out of play.
Kuzain, one of the more experienced members of the Swope Park starting 11 this afternoon. Made 8 appearances for Sporting Kansas City's first team a year ago. Did not make the best of contact there on that free kick opportunity. Inching closer to our final 5 minutes of this first half of action. Both sides trying to create maybe a couple more opportunities. Avila to take the throw for Legion. Camden Riley wins the throw for Swope Park. Fans, when you're busy shuffling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and you don't always have time to cook a healthy meal, many evenings keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with MealFit, the official sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. MealFit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about MealFit and order online now at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. As Eric Dick has played plenty with the ball at his feet here.
They've made some mistakes in their past games, giving up balls around the 18, trying to overplay as they build out. Chandler Hoffman did a really nice job of putting the keeper under pressure, even though they got away with it. I think that...
Run from Little. Van Okel is beaten, but the flag is up. Flag is up. Will Little was offside on his initial run. Otherwise, he might have had a chance to make it 1-0.
I think Van Okel just simply misjudged that. Maybe it skipped off the grass or bounced funny. The field looks beautiful, but there are definitely some bumpy spots out there, and so that one may have just taken a funny hop for him.
Another dangerous opportunity created by Swope Park. They've had a few in this first half, but so far, nothing at least to show for it on the scoreboard. Lovely turn from Kobayashi. He was nicked. Referee says play on, of course. Towards the back post for Avila. Avila, first touch to Johnson, and a great interception. Tracking all the way back is Felipe Hernandez.
Swope Park works really hard getting everybody back defensively. They were beaten with that first big ball over the top, but everybody worked to get back and defend there. They did a nice job.
Johnson towards Kasim. Kasim switches the play nicely. Kyle Culbertson on the left wing. Can he swing in a left-footed cross? He cannot. It's blocked. Legion continue to try to press forward. Here's Kobayashi. Kasim has switched back to the opposite side of the park. Aravote not on the same page with Kyle Culbertson. Throw coming for Swope.
When you get a team that likes to defend with 9 or 10 players back. They defend deep, and in this case, Rangers tend to shift way over towards one side. It's a little bit easier if you can move the ball from one side to the other quickly rather than trying to play straight down the middle. It'll be interesting to see at halftime if that's something that Legion FC talk about. They've had a lot of possession, but it's tended to go direct down one side or the other, rarely going back and forth.
Fans, be sure to tune in on Wednesday, April 30th at 6 o'clock Central Time for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN3, featuring expansion side Memphis 901 FC taking on two-time defending champions Louisville City FC. As Daniel Johnson is held back in midfield, that is a for certain yellow card against Felipe Hernandez.
Definite yellow card, but I don't think they're going to mind because Daniel Johnson had beaten him. He was off and running towards goal. I think late in the half like this, they'll take the set piece at midfield rather than let Daniel Johnson run at their back four.
In the 44th minute.
So that USL Championship Game of the Week is the best match on April 30th, 6 o'clock local time on ESPN3. Memphis 901 FC visiting the two-time defending USL Cup champions Louisville City FC. Perhaps a final chance of this first 45 for Birmingham Legion.
Legion have brought center backs forward. They've won 76% of all the balls in the air so far. I would expect they put this up there for grabs.
Towards the back post for Hoffman, cleared only as far as Kasim, who couldn't bring it down cleanly. Columbia was the one who got it away from danger back towards the midway line. Columbia tried to leave it for Hernandez. Instead, Avila got there first. Johnson on the turn, absorbs the contact, and now the foul is given. He takes it quickly. Johnson looking for options, tried to thread it through to Kasim unsuccessfully. Pass cut out once again.
Daniel Johnson has been the danger man for Legion FC the last 10 or 15 minutes. Done a nice job of beating one man and then playing balls off.
Johnson goes down again, but that was clean. Lovely tackle by Alak. Legion get possession right back, but only slightly so. Lopez does well to shield the ball away from Kazane. Into stoppage time here. Our stoppage time presented by UAB Medicine. And we're not going to have much of it. Just 15 seconds or so before the first half whistle blows. Scoreless between Legion and Rangers through our first 45. Mike, your initial thoughts?
Well, I think the game was a lot of what we thought it would be. Both teams trying to keep possession and move the ball, but one or two early opportunities, especially Swope Park Rangers, found one or two counterattacks that created opportunities to score. But 0-0 as we go into the half.
No score between Legion and Swope Park. Coming up at halftime, an interview with left back Kyle Culbertson, along with a look around the rest of the USL Championship. That comes your way after a quick timeout.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
It's anti-evolution, not to win. Fight, no defeat. I am going to the street. Overcome, showing strength. It's been good. So I've enjoyed the soccer side. Coming to Birmingham, Alabama, didn't really know what to expect. Wife and I pleasantly surprised so far. The team's felt good. I think getting better. I think the first couple games, new team things. It's hard to gel playing against guys that have played together a lot longer and just get in there. And I think the last couple games, still some things to improve on, but coming together and it's coming to where we want it to be. I think it's just the team getting to know each other. Just a lot of guys just learning tendencies, learning where to play balls, what guy likes this, what guy likes that. It's a lot more gelled together, I think, as a unit now. Got to see a lot of people, a lot of faces that I'm used to seeing cheering against me instead of for me, but it was good to see everybody, happy to be there, happy to be able to steal 3 points there in a hard place to play. I'd say I know probably 75% of the roster still, so it was good to see all them, but good to have a little bit of the edge on that. Oof, I don't know that I'm that secretive of a guy, actually. I went to 3 different universities in college, so I don't know if that's too common knowledge, but transferred around a lot. So I'm a very indecisive person. I had about 8 majors in college as well, so.
The Birmingham Legion Football Club. Our name, Legion, is rooted in Birmingham's history and proudly represents our city and its army of hardworking citizens and players. Our symbols, the hammer and anvil. These symbols represent not only our past, but also our might and ability to bend opponents to our will. Together, the hammer and anvil act as a calling for the Legion Nation to shout, "Hammer down," as we cheer our team on to victory. Our shield pays homage to our unified attack on the pitch in the spirit of all who call Birmingham home. Our sparks embody our fiery spirit and define our character, passion, pride, community. Our colors, molten gold and attack black. Molten gold symbolizes the quality of our character and sportsmanship. Attack black is our base, our foundation. It represents our menace and the shrewd determination of our city, players, and fans. We are Legion. We march as one.
That's where Louisville wants to attack, shooting and scoring. Saved by Caldwell.
Collier.
Yeah. Collier. Knock back towards Spencer. Brilliant finish.
fantastic players from like all over the states, and it was just really fun.
From
Tampa Bay. Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama. Scoreless between Birmingham Legion FC and Swope Park Rangers. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Kepman. Glad to have you with us through that first 45 as we get a look at the current status of the Eastern Conference. The USL Championship standings. There's New York Red Bulls and St. Louis FC, top of the table. That only loss for St. Louis FC last week against these Birmingham Legion FC club members down here below. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Nashville right behind them, with Bethlehem Steel, who so far have looked strong, along with Atlanta United 2 at the top half of the table. This, of course, the top 10 playoff spots on the eastern side of the USL Championship standings. Top 10 out of 18 teams on each side get into the USL playoffs, and so far that is what we're looking at. Coming up later tonight, Charlotte Independence, North Carolina FC once again do battle in the USL Championship. Coach, the big game to look forward to, though, Pittsburgh Riverhounds and St. Louis FC. St. Louis FC trying to bounce back from their loss against Legion last week. Riverhounds have played a really tough brand of soccer so far this year.
There's certainly lots of difficult games left for everybody, but that'll be a big one. Going back to the standings for just a little bit, I know Legion FC are just outside the playoff standings, but they've also played one game less than everybody else. And so with that New York game being rescheduled, that'll be an opportunity to move up the ladder.
Certainly the case. Also, Charleston Battery taking on Nashville FC, another fun one on the Eastern Conference. And then out west later tonight, Reno and New Mexico United, followed by Real Monarchs and San Antonio FC. All those games, of course, available on ESPN+. Our match at hand, Legion and Swope Park, so far has shaken out like this. Legion with plenty more of the ball, Mike, as we get a look at the stats, but Swope Park really feels like have had the more dangerous of chances.
Swope Park has dominated possession in all of their other games. This game is 60-40 for Legion FC, but as you said, the better opportunities so far have come into Swope Park, so I think they'll be happy with that change.
It's certainly been a crowded midfield for both sides as well. The space has been on the wings. What do you think each coach is trying to say to their side at the halftime whistle?
I think both teams are probably fairly happy with what they've seen so far. Both teams have tended to give up early goals, and so they're happy that they didn't do that. I think the Legion will be happy with the fact that they've won possession and created some good chances. Both teams just need to find one or two clear opportunities. I don't expect there'll be too many big changes coming out of the locker room.
Each side has been booked once. Kyle Fisher was booked in the 38th minute. Of course, Felipe Hernandez was booked in the 44th. We'll take a timeout. Second half coming up shortly.
Imagine the opportunity to make opening an account faster with a selfie. It's possible with the BBVA Compass mobile banking app. When needed, you can verify your ID with just a photo. Snap, upload, apply. It's quick, it's easy, and it's all on America's award-winning mobile banking app. So what are you waiting for? You can become a BBVA Compass client in a snap. BBVA Compass, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
There's the Magic City, Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome back, whether you're watching locally on My 68 or nationally on ESPN Plus. Glad to have you with us for coverage of Birmingham Legion and Swope Park Rangers. 45 in the books, 45 more minutes to come as we get a look at some of our highlights from our first half of action. And Mike, it was Swope Park who had the earliest of chances.
Yeah, a little dangerous touch there from Mikey Lopez, giving the ball away in front of goal. One or two opportunities early, getting caught on counterattacks, but Van Oekel was there every time to make the play.
Van Oekel made two big saves, not including that touch there from Columbia. As Diego Kobayashi registered the first shot for Birmingham Legion. It was really later in the second half, Mike, where Legion started to find a few more chances.
Last 15 minutes or so really seemed to turn for Birmingham Legion. They had good possession throughout the game, but two or three opportunities, especially this blast from Daniel Johnson, that could have been a goal for them with just a little bit of a change in angle there.
Daniel Johnson sprung to life. This was his second big chance there, just beyond the near post. That would have given, of course, Birmingham Legion the lead with about 10 minutes left in that first half. Swope Park, though, had one more chance later on.
Not sure if that was a free kick. I've seen that replay now 3 or 4 times, and it's just really tough to tell. But no real danger in the end as Swope Park put the ball out of play on their set piece.
Both yellow cards back-to-back there on that highlight reel. Kyle Fisher for Birmingham Legion. Felipe Hernandez gave one away for Swope Park. As we get a look at the upcoming schedules for both of these sides, first for the visitors, Swope Park, and their road does not get any easier. How about that stretch? At St. Louis, home for Louisville City, and at Nashville FC. It's going to be tough for Swope Park to come away with points from those three.
They've got 3 out of 4 on the road, and the one in between is the defending champions, and so it's definitely a tough stretch for the next month.
Atlanta United 2 and Memphis 901 round out the month of May for Swope Park. On the other side for Birmingham Legion, back here at home once again next week against Loudoun, then on the road to take on New York Red Bulls and Memphis. 2 matches in a 4-day stretch there. That'll certainly pose a challenge to this Legion club.
Physical challenge of trying to play back-to-back in just a few days is really difficult at this level. Birmingham Legion haven't had a very easy schedule this start of the year either.
Just about ready for our second 45 minutes. Just waiting on Elvis Osmanovic to give us the go-ahead, and he does so. Second half underway from BBVA Compass Field on the south side of downtown Birmingham. Each side looking for a breakthrough. No changes for either manager. Each side continues to roll with their starting 11, at least for the time being. Legion, of course, in all black, their attack black, as they like to say. Working left to right. Swope Park, all white change kits head to toe, working left to right, as Legion work right to left.
Great view right there. Big, beautiful field, 2 good teams, and a great crowd that showed up here. Sunshine came out, and so did the fans.
Dangerous ball whipped in by Kasim, but dealt with by Segbers and the rest of this back line for Swope Park that to this point has been up to task against Chandler Hoffman and company. Legion have scored 6 goals their last 2 matches, both on the road against Louisville City and St. Louis. Johnson lays it out for Kasim. Kasim lofts one in for Kobayashi. Segbers got his head to it. Riley hasn't quite dealt with the damage, now does so. Laurent once again wins the foot race against Vanacore Decker. Kobayashi brings it down, out wide to Culbertson. Culbertson. His ball deflected, and did it go over the end line? It did not. Stayed in play, according to the far side linesman. Good work by Eric Dick, not to concede the corner.
He had Chandler Hoffman making a really nice run to the near post, but the pass got deflected away.
Here's Killian Columbi looking for the run of Vanacore Decker. And Van Oekel comes out to collect the dangerous ball.
I think they both felt that collision right there. Great bravery from Matt Van Oekel, sliding at the feet of a big man, but both of them seem to have paid the price.
We'll get a second look from that inline cam. And yeah, Van Oekel looked like he knocked legs with Decker there. He came up holding his knee, as did Vanacore Decker. Both men to their feet, however.
They watered the field at halftime, which made it a little bit more slippery, and I think that may have helped there, where both players were able to slide through the contact rather than take the full brunt of it against each other.
Van Oekel waves off the training staff, says he's good to go. Play resumes. With Mathieu Laurent, the UAB product, an Ontario native. Culbertson trying to thread it through to Hoffman. His pass was cut out. Back to Camden Riley. Throw coming for Legion.
Looks like Kobayashi has slid out to the left a little bit here, and Daniel Johnson has slid out to the right and up high. I don't know if it's really a change of formation, but definitely a change of who's playing in what parts of the field. Maybe just trying to mix up the play and see if they can create something early in the start of the second half.
Here's Kasim trying to turn, does so against Segbers. Segbers nicely done. Leaves his feet to make the tackle. And in the end, did he win a goal kick? No, he conceded a corner. All the way down near the flag, it's going to be the third corner upcoming for Birmingham Legion. So far, it's been the home side who have operated on the front foot for the first 3 or 4 minutes. Johnson takes it short. Hoffman comes out to give him a touch. Now Johnson going one-on-one. His left-footed ball, dangerous. Arivo got there. It was deflected, and now Little clears it away. Still bodies forward for Legion. Avila, heavy touch, middle of the park. He lost it.
This could be a dangerous counter. He's given it away and dragged himself out of position.
Good job by Mikey Lopez to cut off Killian Columbi, who took a heavy touch himself. Columbi still down behind the play, but now gets to his feet. Johnson finds Lopez.
Yeah, Lopez did a great job at getting back and winning the ball there.
Tried to pick out the run of Hoffman. Instead, it was cut out by Graham Smith. Not the first time we've seen the captain make a play like that. 23-year-old was the 18th overall pick in the 2018 MLS Super Draft. Made a couple of MLS starts last year for Sporting Kansas City. Riley wins the ball in the air, but only as far as Kasim. Kobayashi brings it down, trying to run it down against 2 white shirts. Here's Kuzain. Taken off the ball by Johnson. Johnson a couple of step overs and now forced to play all the way back to Matt Van Oekel. Sunshine's come out in full force here in the second 45 minutes. Just an excellent day for soccer in Central Alabama. 64 degrees in downtown Birmingham. And after Birmingham Legion's dealt with so much weather early in 2019, the sunshine a welcome sight.
I don't think anybody's going to complain about today's weather. Sunny, calm day, huge crowd, perfect day for soccer.
Once again, thousands have filed in to BBVA Compass Field to see more USL Championship action. Fans, when you're busy shuffling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and you don't always have time to cook a healthy meal, many evenings keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with Meal Fit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. Meal Fit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about Meal Fit and order now online at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. Johnson, given his left foot, he'll take it all the way towards the byline, and he wins his team another corner.
2 out of 3 of the Legion corners have been played short. We'll see if they play this one into the box for the center backs. Great sliding tackle on that replay there.
Segbers has done that well a couple of times today. That'll be Johnson once again to swing it in. Good ball headed away, only as far as Culbertson. Culbertson tees it up. His shot is blocked. Nicely done by Vanacore Decker, and held back was Juan Kuzain, and I believe that's going to be a yellow card for stopping a promising attack, as Kyle Culbertson is going in the book.
A yellow card has been issued by the referee.
He'll take that card. Had to slow him down. A professional foul As a fan, you don't always like to see it, but as a coach, you're telling him that's a good foul to take and needed to take that card for the team.
Grabbed every bit of that, number 75. Kuzan clearly held back, and it's the second yellow issued to this Legion FC side. The other belongs to Kyle Fisher back in the 38th minute. Our referee Elvis Osmanovic takes his time putting that in the book, and now whistles the ready for play. Lopez, one of the smallest men on the field, won the aerial duel, but it's a throw coming for Swope Park. Both sides have sent their subs out to train. We'll see who makes the first change. Erivo not on the same page with Johnson. Another giveaway. Kuzane to Columbi, who once again takes a heavy touch. Killian Columbi has been in some dangerous positions, but that's not the first time we've seen his touch get away from him. Graham Smith all the way back to Eric Dick, his keeper, who made his third start today in 2019. Long ball, Columbi against Avila. And a bit too far for either of them. It's going to be a throw deep in the corner near the flag. Wind continues to howl here in downtown Birmingham. You can hear it on our crowd mic as the breeze hasn't really let up since this contest began. Hoffman going deep to try to maintain possession. Can't do so, but Van Oekel is out to reset everyone. One of the veteran leaders on this club, Matt Van Oekel, has been a difference maker for Legion when he's been on the field. Culbertson couldn't keep possession against pressure from Will Little. Now let's see if Swope Park can enjoy a bit of the ball. Not this time, as Fisher plays it back to his keeper. Swope Park a season ago made a run all the way to the Western Conference semifinals. They finished 7th in the West. They were one of a couple teams who shifted conferences from 2018 to 2019 after the influx of expansion sides, especially on the eastern side. Loudoun United, Memphis 901 FC, and of course Birmingham Legion, all new to USL Championship here in 2019. Erivo turns, has time, finds Lopez. Lopez pushing forward out of his number 6 role. Once again, Legion forced to play backwards.
Swope Park Rangers are letting Legion carry it to about midfield, and that's where they've drawn the line. They've said, from here on, you shall not pass. And Legion have struggled a little bit to find the gaps to get through them. But they've had the ball, they've moved it around, and that space is still out there on the opposite wing, as Mikey Lopez just found with that ball.
Nice diagonal ball to Eric Avila. Avila trying to thread it through to Kasim unsuccessfully. Here's Kuzane. And now Swope can switch the play back. With Little, just 20 years old. Lovely ball played to Segbers, who continued his run. And Mathieu Laurent was there, but he's going to go in the book. I believe a yellow card is issued to the UAB product as Segbers stays down right off the near touchline.
He got all of that one, but it wasn't the ball that he got a hold of. That was a really hard foul right next to the benches.
Mathieu Laurent.
Clearly didn't touch the ball and got an awful lot of the man.
So Laurent goes in the book. 3rd yellow card issued to Legion. The UAB product from Markham, Ontario, was a multiple-year Blazers team captain and former Birmingham Hammer, the MPSL side that came before this Legion expansion side. So 3 men now in black playing on a yellow card. Perhaps something to keep an eye on with a little over a half hour left. Fans, who's up, who's down, and where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings. Available on USLChampionship.com. That's the USL Power Rankings every Monday. Laurent clears this out of danger. It'll be a throw coming for Swope Park. Swope created some dangerous chances early in this one. Haven't heard much so far in this second half for the visitors.
Legion have done a good job of keeping possession, and when they don't have it, they haven't let Swope Park Rangers get much past midfield with it. But neither team has created anything that looked overly dangerous in this second half so far.
Legion look like they're preparing to make a change, as it's Eddie Opoku who has put on a black shirt for the first time this afternoon. We'll see how quickly Legion do opt to make their first substitution. Vannecourt Decker once again holding up play. Ayu Alak. And Kuzain misplays it into touch.
With the loss of J.J. Williams and Brian Wright to MLS clubs this week, it looks like they will try to get quicker since they don't have the forwards to get bigger with. It'll be interesting tactic.
Turnovers for Swope in their own half. Maybe a chance for Legion to move forward quickly. Here's Lopez. Lopez still going towards the byline. A touch just a bit too heavy as he tried to get around Camden Riley.
Tight space. At least they got to the top of the 18 and they had an opportunity. Just an unfortunate touch by Mikey Lopez there. Put it a little too far out in front of himself.
Lopez, of course, the Legion captain once again this afternoon. Swope trying to play out of the back, under pressure. Irivo wins it, taken out behind the play. Referee waves it on. Here's Avila. Inside to Kobayashi. Kasim. His pass deflected as he tried to thread it through to Johnson.
They're finally having some possession in the attacking third and not just the middle third of the field. Nice play here from Legion, going from one side to the other.
Avila, good ball in, cut out by Riley. Eric Avila to run it down again. Does well to keep possession. Here's Kobayashi. Flicks it out to Avila. Avila with space to get across in. Hoffman is there, but Dick was there first.
Good goalkeeping. He saw the danger, simply beat Hoffman to the ball. It was an excellent cross from Avila. Goalkeeper did really well to step just in front of Chandler Hoffman.
The Butler product came off his line and collected without a hitch as a Swope Park Ranger is down on the far side. And now getting to his feet is Alexander, the Brazilian.
I think he's expressing to the referee that his pride got hurt on that play as Avila put him on the ground.
Since the game was stopped for him, he will be taken off. First change is coming from Swope Park officially. It'll be the Rangers who make a substitution.
Rangers make a substitution.
Killian Columbi is the man coming off. And it's our impact player who we highlighted at the outset. Jerome Mbakele is the new man on, who's already scored a couple of times this year.
He's been Swope Park's most dangerous player for the first 4 matches of the season. He can go to his left or right. He's scored 2 blasts, one with his right foot, one with his left foot. So you can't just take any one thing away from him and think you've got him handled. He's a really exciting player. I'm looking forward to watching him for these next 30 minutes.
Legion will make a change as well. Daigo Kobayashi checks out, and Eddie Opoku will return. Once again making another appearance in Birmingham Legion black. Opoku perhaps providing a bit of space up front for Chandler Hoffman.
He's got great pace and he loves to take people on. Even though he looks like he's playing in midfield, I think we'll see him getting forward a lot and making some runs in behind the defenders.
Laurent does well against Vannecourt Decker. Culbertson trying to win a goal kick. Did he? He did not. It is a corner coming for Swope. Fans get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for your team, Swope Park Rangers or Birmingham Legion, and then click the follow button. Keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on your team's next match. Go to ESPN.com and click follow for your club. Another Swope set piece opportunity, their first of the second half. Hernandez towards the back post, and a foul is given by Osmanovic.
Great job by Matthew Laurent to back up and still get up in the air and win that ball.
Legion restart the game quickly, and now, Mike, as you mentioned, Opoku pushing a bit more forward out of the midfield, as Legion appears to have pushed into more of a 4-3-3. Will Little is down after taking that one right to the face from Matthew Laurent. And hopefully Little's all right. That was close range.
Yeah, there was no time to get out of the way of that blast.
Little back to his feet. It'll be a throw coming for Kyle Culbertson. Less than a half hour left. Still scoreless between Swope and Legion. Vanacore Decker plays it towards Hernandez. Hernandez waiting for support. Gets some from Alexander, who tees it up with his left. It's deflected over the top. Another corner coming.
That ball was well hit, and the deflection meant it could go anywhere. Van Oekel just had to stand and watch as it went over the top of the net.
Second corner of the second half for Swope Park. Their fourth of the match. Once again, it'll be Felipe Hernandez to take it. The team leader in key passes so far this year for Swope with 7. He's already got 1 assist to his credit in 2019. Trying to make it 2. High arcing ball. Run down and collected eventually. This near side. Here's Ngang Mubukele. Dispossessed by Kasim. Another corner coming, this time on the near side.
Yeah, good defending there. He had to be careful. We know how dangerous it can be as you approach the edge of the 18. He did a nice job of winning the ball and not fouling.
Make sure the studs are tight there before taking yet another corner. Driven ball this time. Van Oekel comes out and takes it with 2 hands. Van Oekel much quicker off his line that time.
He's a big man and he's got pretty quick feet. And once he decides to come, he's going to cover a lot of ground.
Distribution out to Prosper Kasim. Contact but no whistle. Here's Alexander. His pass cut out by Lopez. Good work by Swope to keep possession against pressure, but now they give it away. Hoffman finds Johnson. Johnson looking for bodies to push forward with him. He finds one in Arivo. Arivo out wide for Hoffman. Hoffman on his preferred left foot sends it back towards Culbertson.
He looked up, he saw the only man he had was Eddie Opoku, who's not a very tall player. Chose to keep possession rather than serve a ball in the box.
Johnson back to Arivo. Stayed onside. Arivo out to Culbertson. Culbertson will hit it with his left, but can't get it around Sigbers, who clears it away. Legion pushing bodies forward. Just haven't found that dangerous chance yet.
They are getting the ball to the top of the 18 and around the sides of the 18. They're getting possession in better locations than they did in the first half, but they haven't created the shots on goal yet.
First touch for Opoku. He does well to keep the ball to Culbertson. Now he gets it back. Opoku, the loanee from Columbus Crew, is nicked from behind, and he wins his side a free kick. Legion quickly take it rather than set up a potential set piece.
Good decision to go back first and then swing it out the other side. And here it comes back around, starting to spread out the defense. Don't let them know that it's going to come down just one side or the other. Make them work. Let them know that it's going to be left, then right, then left.
Tried to find Prosper Kasim to Daniel Johnson. Kasim just couldn't get his head to it. But you like what you've seen from the ball movement here in the second half from Legion.
I have liked what they've done. They've kept the ball, but they've kept it in better places, and they've made the Rangers defense work a little harder moving from side to side. They're certainly creating a feeling right now that they've got control of this match and that they're starting to find the gaps.
Riley plays it back to the keeper, Dick. Pass right down the middle. Alec had to hurry to get there, otherwise Johnson was going to cut it out.
That was a dangerous ball from the keeper. It worked out, but half a second late, and Rangers might have given up their first goal of the match.
And got Mbakele on it now. He wants to tee one up from distance, but it doesn't trouble Van Oekel.
That's what he adds. He tends to sit out wide, wait for people to get him the ball, but once he's got it, he drives at the defense, and he's not afraid to shoot from anywhere.
First shot for the 20-year-old Cameroon native, as you're going to look at Coach Nagamura. Each side still with a couple of changes left to make, should they opt to use them. Fans, don't forget Legion FC back in action next Saturday, April 27th. The club hosts Loudoun United FC. Come early, enjoy festivities in the pregame plaza, and cheer on Legion FC. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. That's next Saturday, April 27th against Loudoun United FC. Don't forget to hammer down. A little more than 20 minutes left on this Saturday afternoon. An early Easter weekend start between Swope Park and Birmingham Legion. Legion have won 2 straight coming into this one, but so far 0-2 at home. Swope Park, of course, looking for their first win in this 2019 campaign. Kuzain dispossessed by Erivo, who wants to play a Poku into space. Nice job by Camden Riley to cut that out.
Looks like Eddie Opoku has slid up top to play as the center forward of the number 9. Chandler Hoffman has slid a little wider out into midfield.
Johnson trying to provide pressure, but Alak did well to beat the pressure. Plays Segbers, tries to play the diagonal across. Avila missed it with his head, but plays back to Van Oekel.
Swope Park has played a few searching balls, but they really haven't connected on any passes in the attacking third of the field this second half.
Legion closing out on almost 400 passes in this contest. Can they find a dangerous one or two? Swope, of course, asking the same. Avila out wide with some time and space. Plays a searching ball towards Opoku, who couldn't get the flick. Kasim is there. Kasim shot deflected wide.
I think that deflected off of Opoku. It was well struck with the left foot from Kasim and just took a little bit of a ricochet, carrying it wide.
And that did indeed take a deflection off of Eddie Opoku.
Just couldn't get out of the way in time.
Swope took the goal kick quickly. There's Vanacore Decker. Hoffman tracks back to win it. Tried to play it forward quickly to Opoku.
Even though that pass from Hoffman didn't get there, you can see that they've pushed Opoku up top, and they're trying to play some early balls over the top and let him use his speed. He's really, really quick, and so it only takes one ball for him to get on the end of to perhaps win this match.
Hernandez taken down from behind, and another yellow card coming as Erivo will go in the book.
A yellow card caution has been issued by the referee. Birmingham Legion.
I'm not sure why he took that foul there. Matthew Laurent was in perfect position to defend. That's a free kick opportunity he didn't need to give up, and a yellow card he didn't need to take.
So yet another yellow card issued to a Legion FC player this afternoon. That's 4 now. As Zervo, the loanee from New England Revolution, is booked. Another set piece opportunity coming for Swope Park Rangers. Alexander looks like he'll tee it up along with Hernandez.
This is a good 35 yards out. I'd be shocked if he shoots this. I would think it's going to be a ball chipped in behind the defense, looking for players to run on from the far post.
Alexander does chip it in beyond. It's a dangerous ball, and just missing getting on the end of it is Ngam Mbakale.
They tried to make it look like they were going to shoot that ball, but the space behind was where the real danger was.
In the end, no one got there. And just a goal kick for Matt Van Oekel and Birmingham Legion FC. Fans, Birmingham Legion FC entrusts the care of its athletes to UAB Orthopedics, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience treating issues and injuries from shoulders and elbows to feet and ankles. Visit any of our 3 locations, UAB Hospital Highlands, Leeds, and now in Gardendale. That's UAB Orthopedics. As handball is given by our referee, Mr. Osmanovich. Free kick coming for Legion. And just getting a piece with his hand. Looked like Ayu Alec. Hoffman plays it back to Fisher. Nice redirect out wide.
Great one-touch pass under pressure.
Ervo back to Avila. Keeps it in play right in front of the corner flag. Avila's left-footed ball. Dick was almost caught off his line. Had to race towards the near post.
He was reading cross on that play, took a step out, and almost got beat at his near post. That was going to sneak just inside.
Ooh, and it should have been a Legion corner based on the look we just got.
That ball definitely carried over the end line, but tough for the assistant referee to see with a big goalkeeper laying on top of it.
So Swope Park catches a break as Van Oekel distributes and tries to find Kyle Culbertson. Hoffman tries to flick it that direction. Here's Johnson, nice turn. Kasim out wide to Avila. Legion continue to push and probe in this attacking third. Back post ball, no one home.
Every time they've moved the ball from one side to the other, they've created opportunities, whether it's a cross or a shot. They've got to keep moving it from left to right and right to left. It's definitely opening up the Ranger defense every single time they do it.
Culbertson, another crossing opportunity. A low ball, top of the box for a Poku! Just wide. And a bit high as well.
He'll be disappointed with that one. Had a little bit of space, just got under the ball and put it over the bar. But another good look for Legion FC, another dangerous opportunity.
Apoku, a 3-time All-ACC selection at the University of Virginia. Looked like he might have slipped as he tried to take that one as well. Alak plays it back to his center backs. Riley and Smith each get a touch. Alexander forced to play backwards. Greeted with some healthy boos from the Magic City Brigade across the way. Segbear's a bit too heavy on his touch. Hoffman collects. Nice one-touch pass from Kyle Culbertson. Lopez looking for a Poku's run. Perhaps Hoffman instead, who can't quite get there.
Rangers haven't had very much possession in the second half. They did connect a few passes there, but then gave it away with a sloppy touch.
Hey fans, don't forget you can find all of the Legion FC information in one place. Download the Legion FC app today. Available on both iOS and Android platforms. That's the Legion FC app. Legion FC app. Best way to say, hammer down. Legion have had over 60% of possession to this point.
Had a lot of the possession. They've won about 70%, 65 to 70% of all of the duels in the air. Both of those things tend to lead towards winning, but they don't have very many shots on target. That's what's missing from this match so far.
Here's Ervo. Hervo still able to keep it under pressure. Out wide to Kasim. Kasim spins, looks inside for Lopez, couldn't thread it through, but Lopez was able to collect anyways.
That was a dangerous ball. I'm not sure if that's what he meant to play, but Mikey Lopez did a great job of getting out of trouble there.
Maybe a chance for Swope Park to move forward. Ngam Mbakele forces Van Oekel out. Vanacore Decker back in there just to make sure Van Oekel could get back in time.
A little bit of confusion between Fisher and Van Oekel on that play. Neither one was sure who was going to go get it. Almost got themselves in trouble.
Avila tried to drive a diagonal ball across. It was deflected by Mbakele. And he plays a nice ball inside to Hernandez. Hernandez, plenty of time in the midfield. Out wide to Little. Opportunity now for Swope to move forward. Little back to Hernandez. Across, an opportunity. Van Oekel is there. Ayualak tested Van Oekel, but he was up to the task once again.
Midfield did a really nice job of giving cover and then pressuring the ball, and even though they got the shot off, not really anything that was going to bother Van Oekel.
Lopez back to Van Oekel. Fans, be sure to tune in Wednesday, April 30th at 6 o'clock local time for the ESPN USL Championship Game of the Week on ESPN3, featuring new expansion side Memphis 901 FC visiting the two-time defending USL Cup champions Louisville City. It's the week's best match on Game of the Week, April 30th at 6 o'clock local time on ESPN3.
Substitution.
Second substitution coming for Birmingham Legion as Femi Hollinger-Jansen is coming on for Prosper Kasim.
Early in the second half, Prosper Kasim had a lot of the ball and was having impact on the game, but haven't seen as much of him in the last few minutes. I do think this was maybe a fatigue substitution. Femi Hollinger-Jansen also brings great athleticism and some size to the team, maybe looking to get him on the end of crosses.
First time we've heard from Hollinger-Jansen in a couple of weeks. He started the first two contests of 2019, but did not appear in each of the last two matches against St. Louis and Louisville City. He's on here for the final 10 minutes and change. Ngam Mbakele, dispossessed by Hollinger-Jansen. Gets it back. Working against Avila, cuts it inside. Lopez is there. Lopez picks his head up, looking for the run of Apoku. Apoku brings it down. Still battling in the middle. And a foul going against Apoku as Mark Segbers was able to play it away from his own 18.
Apoku lost the physical battle there, but it started with a great ball over the top and a fantastic touch as the ball came over his shoulder.
Can either side find a winner over these final 9+ minutes? Lovely play by Johnson to cut out that would-be pass. He has it taken back by Will Little. Legion continue to pressure to try to win the ball back. Avila there to cut out the run of Mbakele. But Van Oekel misplays it.
Good composure by Avila, playing that ball back to his goalkeeper, but Van Oekel didn't feel very comfortable receiving it with a little bit of pressure coming at him.
All the way back to Eric Dick, who has to come well off his line. Here's Camden Riley. Alexander. Ngam Mbakele. Picked up nicely by Kazane. Kazane on the front foot. With numbers in front, lays it off. Culbertson intercepts.
We haven't seen Joe Holland yet this season, but he's a really talented attacking player. I wouldn't be surprised that they look to bring him on last few minutes and see if he can add something different to this team.
Good work by Graham Smith. The captain once again keeps Apoku away from a long opportunity. Both sides prepared to make substitutions at the next stoppage. Avila cuts out that pass. Hollinger Jansen can't keep it though. Alexander cuts inside and finds some space. Lays it off for a lock to Hernandez. Little tried to bend his run to keep it onside. Culbertson was there to disconnect the two and keep it in play as well. Fine work from Kyle Culbertson, but Hoffman's clearance only goes as far as Segbers.
The first real possession that we've seen from Swope Park Rangers. They've had it for more than a couple of passes, and now they're working it from side to side.
Time continues to tick away for both sides, who continue to search for that winner. Low-driven pass played beyond a lock. It will indeed be Joe Holland who will come on at some point for Legion. It might be right now at this throw-in. Fourth official will first announce the change for Swope Park.
Substitution for Swope Park in the 84th minute.
As Sean Carini will come on.
Sean Karani.
So Karani comes on
Number 91, Ethan
to replace Ethan Vanacore-Decker.
I think that's a change of speed over size. Matthew Laurent has won every ball in the air. Maybe they've decided, let's see if we can beat those center backs for pace rather than for size.
Other side, Joe Holland does indeed come on. Nice call, Mike. He replaces Chandler Hoffman.
Really technical player, half forward, half midfielder. Adds a little more defending than Chandler Hoffman provides, but also still capable of getting forward and creating goals.
Poku tried to play that ball, but he was in an offside position when Van Oekel sent it his direction. Joe Holland is on for Legion. He's a Birmingham native, but the other Birmingham, England, his home. 2015 Colonial Conference Player of the Year at Hofstra. Was drafted 10th overall in 2017 in the MLS Super Draft by Houston Dynamo. So Legion are out of changes. Holland, Poku, and Hollinger Jansen. The three they have made on this Saturday afternoon. Long ball for Karani. Avila is there. Still a chance for Swope Park. Mbakele. Across to Hernandez. Hernandez able to run it down before it rolls into touch. Swope Park trying to make the most of this possession they've had over the last few minutes.
With the changes that Legion FC have made, they also have gotten a little bit quicker. It's always been a really quick technical team, but Eddie Opoku up top is quick. Femi Hollinger Jansen, now playing wide right, is a really good athlete, great pace and great jumping ability. Joe Holland is a pretty quick player as well, and certainly technically quick. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see them find one more opportunity before this match finishes.
A lovely run of play here from Swope Park. Can they find a runner? It's Karani, but right there is Matt Van Oekel, as the ball was just a bit too heavy.
There was a gap, but it was a pretty small one. That was going to take a perfect pass to find anybody before Van Oekel got to it.
Karani, the 18-year-old native of Wichita, Kansas. Provides plenty of pace up top for Swope Park Rangers. Culbertson ushers that one into touch.
Karani's one of those players that's come through the Sporting Kansas City Academy program. They've done a great job of developing young players. This team is full of them. So is the Sporting Kansas City team in MLS. And it's amazing how many good players have come through that program.
That was the goal, to overhaul their system and make it a one-stop shop. You enter the academy as a teenager, you get minutes with Swope, and try to break your way in to one of the top teams in MLS right now, Sporting Kansas City. Lovely ball in for Karani. Flag stays down, he's on. Can he swing across in? It's blocked by Fisher.
Great defending from Fisher.
Kazane back up top to Alak, who swings it out wide for Alexander.
This is where it becomes a battle of nerves now. Both teams know that one mistake can cost you the game, but one good play, one attacking opportunity can win you all 3 points. And so can you overcome those nerves and take the little risks that pay off without giving away opportunities that might cost you the game?
Lopez wanted to take the free kick quickly after Opoku was fouled from behind. Holland, one touch over to Avila. Out wide to Hollinger Jansen. Inside for Holland. Excellent first touch. Holland looking for Opoku, couldn't connect.
Didn't look like they were on the same page there. Opoku was trying to run behind and Holland was trying to play into his feet at the top of the 18.
Just a little over a minute left in regulation. We'll see how much stoppage time is added. Here's Holland once more. Out wide to Johnson. Johnson working one-on-one against Segbers. Finds Holland again. Johnson lays off for Culbertson. Arivo. Avila. Plenty of black shirts forward. Can they find a seam? And this Swope Park defense that's been so good today. Culbertson, a dangerous ball. Cleared away by Riley. Avila with a nice interception. Hollinger Jansen plays it back into danger, but it's sent away by Alak.
Avila took a little bit of a gamble there and got away with it. He decided to leave his man and come win that ball. And had he not done so, there was a lot of space behind him.
Van Okel plays it into touch. A safe play. Deep throw. Laurent does well to win it out of the air. Holland brings it down cleanly.
For a man that we weren't sure was going to play today after his injury at St. Louis, Matthew Laurent has been a beast today. He has won every ball in the air, but he's done a great job of beating people to balls on the ground as well. He's really had an outstanding game.
3 minutes of stoppage time. Our stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine. Johnson inside, gets a right-footed shot away, just a bit too high.
Legion FC have had the shots today, but they haven't hit the target very often, haven't made the goalkeeper work.
Johnson's right-footed shot did not trouble Eric Dick in the end.
Great shift from left to his right foot, but got a little bit under it, put it just over the goal.
9 shots for Legion, 8 for Swope Park. Just 3 shots on target for the home side in this one, as Fisher played it out. A minimum of 3 minutes here. Paulo Nagamura's Swope Park side certainly would be happy with 1 point away from this road trip. Avila wins it, finds Hollinger Jansen. Lopez trying to play a Opoku. It looked like he might have been in an offside position.
He worked hard to get back on. I can't tell whether he made it or not, but it doesn't matter as the ball rolls to the goalkeeper. I think Swope Park will be happy with this point. I don't know if Legion are going to be happy about it, but it does mean they're undefeated in their last 3 games, 7 points out of a possible 9.
Ngam Bekele with a chance. Van Okel denies. The rebound just a bit beyond Kazane. And what a golden opportunity there for Swope Park to steal all 3 points in the last gasp.
And that's what Matt Van Okel has done all season. Come up with that game-saving play right at the end of the match. That was a big, big save.
One more change coming for the visitors as Juan Kuzane will come off. Rasenbek Akhmatov, the Chechenian native, by way of France.
Entering the game.
That substitution tells you they're just trying to kill off the game. They made this change, trying to waste an extra 30 seconds or so. They're happy with the...
Van Oekel has to make a save. The rebound is cleared away. Alak got a great right-footed shot away. Van Oekel has come up huge a couple of times late, and now a foul given.
I was about to say they'll be happy with this point, but they've had two great opportunities to win it in the last moments.
Right-footed shot required every bit of Matt Van Oekel's right arm to keep it out. Dying moments of this one. Maybe a chance for one more Legion attack. Daniel Johnson. Throw coming for Legion. We've reached our minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time.
I think this is going to be it. This is the last throw of the ball.
Legion sends 7 men forward. Culbertson, his long throw into the area. Headed away, Laurent. Lopez flicks it in for Erivo. Apoku with a chance on the turn. Riley couldn't clear it totally. And it's going to be a corner coming for Legion.
A little surprised he's going to let them take this corner. 3 minutes is what he said. There was a substitution, so we added 30 seconds on, or 45 seconds for that, but we're beyond that at this point.
Crowd hoping for something from this final gasp from Legion FC. It'll be Culbertson to swing it in. Culbertson's low ball is towards the front post, and will it be retaken? No, it won't. That is going to be all. Final whistle from our referee Elvis Osmanovic means this match ends in a 0-0 draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score.
Both teams really worked hard, played well. We saw a lot of really good soccer. We also saw some excellent goalkeeping at both ends.
We'll take a timeout, wrap this one up when we come back.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
Welcome back to BBVA Compass Field in downtown Birmingham, Alabama. 0-0 draw between Legion and Swope Park Rangers on this Saturday afternoon. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. And Mike, a much-needed point for the Swope Park Rangers side as we take a look at tonight's final stats.
I certainly think Swope Park is going to be happy with a point on the road, especially with their struggles in defending the last few games. Legion FC probably doesn't feel quite the same way. They really wanted to get that first home goal and the first home win, but they are undefeated in the past 3 games, and that's certainly something to build on.
Swope surrendered 10 Birmingham Legion shots, but only 3 on target for a defense that had given up 7 goals in their last 2 games. Coming into this one, it was Legion who had more of the ball, but Swope Park once again was able to kind of build a line of attack, or build a line of digging in right there in front of the attacking third, and didn't really allow much seam for Legion to get through as we look at some of our highlights from this contest.
Again, Matt Van Oekel doing a great job coming out, throwing his body into the mix, being big and brave and making a great play.
Prosper Kassim, Daniel Johnson both had plenty of room along the wings for Birmingham Legion, just could not create that final chance as Mark Segbers, Alexander, Campton Riley, Graham Smith all played well. That back four for Swope Park Rangers in this 0-0 draw. Each side picks up a much-needed point in this Saturday afternoon contest in the USL Championship. Copyright in this broadcast is owned by USL Productions, LLC. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent or permission of USL Productions is prohibited. For Mike Getman, I'm Blake Gardner saying goodbye from Birmingham, Alabama. We'll talk to you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.